All right, boys and girls, Hard Knocks episode 1 in the books. We got a whole lot to talk about. It was really cool. So I guess turn your attention to the poll question because there's some funny comments that I think we'll all probably enjoy. Favorite part of the episode? We have 4 different answers right now. Roger's saying, "Don't be an asshole to to Hackett," talking about saying, "I know I'm getting my hack screwed up." Don't be an asshole talking about, "Oh, go talk to the voice of God." Zach saying, "The guy in front of me doesn't have arms," talking about Rogers with Rogers making comments about his arms. Zach at the end of the episode was eating an Uncrustable after the Hall of Fame game. I thought that was pretty funny. And then Tanzel Smart with the 𝐒𝐿_𝐞𝐞𝐫𝐢 board, I thought was absolutely absurd. That one's kind of running away with everything. Matt, what were your first thoughts on the episode?
Yeah, I voted 𝐒𝐿_𝐞𝐞𝐫𝐢, but also underrated when Nathaniel Hackett was throwing the football and Aaron Rodgers yells Sean Payton. That might be an honorable mention for me. But man, it's just opening goosebumps right away. Robert Saleh talking about the crow and the eagle and expectations. It's just getting me all kinds of juiced up. I'm ready to run through a brick wall right now.
Green Bean, how are you feeling about the episode?
I just want to say, Fierce Grim is saying he thought I'd be in bed. I am in bed.
He's a figment.
This is not real.
You know, Green Bean, I thought I saw you on Hard Knocks, and it was just some other guy in a green helmet, not a white helmet, with the big beard.
Oh, yeah.
I look at it, I was like, that could be Green Bean. I could pretend that's Green Bean.
Yeah, I saw that guy. Yeah, I voted for Don't Be an Asshole. I thought that was great because, Liev Schreiber is there.
Mm-hmm.
And, Aaron Rodgers clearly was like, "Hey, man, I love you. I'm a big fan," and all this kind of stuff. And everybody seemed like they were tentative. And he's like, "Dude, why is nobody saying hi to this guy? Like, let's go." And he says to Hackett, like, "Don't be an asshole. Go say hello. What's wrong with you?" I thought that was great. I will say, I didn't expect quite so many F-bombs. I thought Ulbricht, but from Saleh. And even Aaron Rodgers, and there was a lot of it. It was really flying tonight, and it warmed my soul. I really it resonates with me. I like that stuff. I thought it was great, man. I think it's a good intro episode. Like we talked about, I had a feeling it was going to be largely concentrated on Aaron Rodgers. That's the story, man. That's what got him here. That's why they steamrolled us. It's Aaron Rodgers in New York. Yes, we have Sauce and Garrett, and they did all that. But really, and obviously the Zach stuff, going from who he was to number 2, that was all present. But it was the Aaron Rodgers show in many respects. That's what I expected. But I think, look, that's what it is right now. Let's be real, right? Like, if we're being honest with ourselves, that's kind of the gig right now, and I thought it was great. I think I can't wait to see how it progresses. I thought they did a good job with the game, kind of highlighting some things, and it was fun, man. I had a good time watching it.
Now, was there a part, Matt, I'll kick it to you first, that you felt that we maybe didn't have included in there, or something you thought you might have been able to see? I know we were kind of talking about the Dalvin Cook stuff, because we went through the Hall of Fame thing, and for that to not be mentioned at all felt a little odd to me.
No Dalvin. I guess maybe because he's not a New York Jet. They're like, all right, no, we're going to cut out that storyline. But yeah, I mean, other than that, you had pretty much everything right there. I guess one difference between One Jet's Drive and Hard Knocks, there were many, but one that I noticed that I thought Hard Knocks would show I thought they'd give you some of the Quinnen Williams story. You didn't really get anything there, which understandable. There was a lot to cover in this episode. They did a lot of shit in this episode, but did it really, really well. That was really the only other thing that I thought of that I was maybe expecting to see that we didn't.
Green Bean, what about you? Was there anything in this episode that you thought maybe was a surprise that it wasn't in?
The bat, we talked about it beforehand. I mean, I thought they would do a little bit with that stuff, but not really. I kind of expected a lot of this, I wondered about how much fan stuff they would show. and there was very little.
None.
I mean, we were there. But they didn't, that's kind of the One Jets drive. That's one of the positives of One Jets drive is they've embraced, not only the fans, but the YouTube and the content community, the Twitter, like they've embraced that, which I think I give them a lot of credit for doing that. I mean, I'm biased to some degree, but even without me being among, I think that's cool, man. It's honoring what's really going on around the team. And Hard Knocks, I don't so much expect that to happen. Maybe as we go on, they did. There was some Jet chants. They showed the Jets chant in the Browns, or I'm sorry, in Canton. It's kind of the Browns stadium, right? It's right there.
Basically, it was.
But yeah, I mean, it's right down the street. It's less than an hour. So, but yeah, I mean, I think I was wondering about that, how much they would do, and maybe they'll open it up and they'll get some more of that stuff in there. But I don't know. It was kind of right in the pocket that I expected. Again, I didn't know which angle. Like we didn't get the golf tournament, and it was different. But I thought it was good, man. We got to see, like we heard about him calling the play, to Malik and all that kind of stuff with Zach. We got to see that in real time, so to speak. I think that was interesting, and how, even like with Streveler, he was kind of saying like, come on, kid, you got to do whatever he was saying. And that was interesting. I like to see, dude, he's truly engaged, like with helping the younger guys, which is honestly, we were told it was going to be otherwise. Obviously, the scenario up there in Green Bay was significantly different, with them always looking to kind of push him off the roster for some reason. But, we wondered about that. But here he's been fantastic. And even with not only Zach, but with the other guys, which is cool to see. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I thought that was really neat. One thing that I thought was a little odd that they didn't include in there, like we saw the little bit of Revis. You didn't see anything of 𝐒𝐞𝐞. I mean, he was standing in the background, but they really didn't mention the Hall of Fame at all, like those guys getting inducted other than like the Hall of Fame game itself. So I was a little surprised by that. I thought that was a big enough storyline, at least for like us, but maybe we just have so many storylines on this team. The national media may not care as much about the Hall of Fame inductees.
And maybe they started editing Saturday morning too, man. You know what I mean? You got to get this going. Who knows?
Yeah, and also like I think this is gonna be so hyper focused on like this year's team. Like they don't necessarily really care about. I mean, they showed Revis and 𝐒𝐞𝐞 on the sideline briefly, but as you mentioned, it was for the game. It wasn't like the ceremony. But I think that might be more of a One Jets drive thing. Like I wouldn't be crazy shocked if we see more of that stuff in One JD, which is good. Which is why I think it's important. Like there's still value in that show. It's different. I think we learned tonight that they are going to be very different, and there's a place for both of them.
Yeah, 100%. I thought last night's episode of One Jets Drive was a lot of fun to watch. This was entirely different because there was the fans were talking. I probably could have done that as the poll question, is like which one was better, One Jets Drive or Hard Knocks. And I'll get to Small Health Jet Petroleum in a second. We'll talk. I guess I'll throw it up right now since I'm talking about it. He says Week 1 Hard Knocks defeats One Jets Drive in a decisive win. I would say it's different, right? Like Hard Knocks, you're expecting a full hour of, you're going to get the cursing like Green Bean said. You're getting a little more colorful commentary. And then the Jets stuff, you're getting a 40-minute package. So you're talking 20 minutes less for One Jets Drive. But I thought they both showed good things. Like I thought the human aspect of Quinnen in One Jets Drive was incredible. I thought Hard Knocks did a better job of seeing Rodgers and how he interacts with his teammates. I thought that was really good. Like watching him talk to Zach and go through different things. Zach, I feel like I can't say enough good things about him. Like watching him at practice, watching him in the Hall of Fame game, and then also like seeing how he's taking the criticism or the coaching from Rodgers and having the different, moments on the sideline, I thought was really neat. And even just like him smiling. Zach, cracking a joke. The guy doesn't have the arms behind. The guy in front of me doesn't have the arms to wear this. Like it was nice to see that from Zach. It feels like he's getting the reset he wanted, or maybe the Jets wanted him to have.